Welcome back to Fox and Friends. First, all eyes on Iowa today. But did you know that since 1976, the Hawkeye State has the worst track record actually in the nation for choosing the eventual Republican nominee?
But not the case in South Carolina. In fact, in South Carolina, 6 out of 7 candidates who won the primary there went on to the GOP nomination. So is it really all about Iowa?
Fox News contributor Eric Erickson is back, and he says no. And he joins us now with his take. So, Eric, figure it out for us. What is important here?
Well, you got to remember, so you have Iowa, New Hampshire, and then South Carolina. Iowa tends to go much more evangelical, social conservative. New Hampshire tends to go much more secular, centrist to liberal Republican. And then South Carolina brings them all together because you have coastal, more secular, higher income voters. And then you have the more rural South Carolina Republicans who are Christian evangelicals, and kind of picks between them. Iowa and New Hampshire force people to drop out, and then you try to get a nominee in South Carolina.
All right, so let's take a look at some other information. So a lot of people are talking about this in Iowa as though it's a two-man race, Trump versus Cruz. So let's take a look at some numbers here. We have the Des Moines nominee preference among likely GOP goers. I'm having trouble pulling up the full screen, but what it says is that Trump at 28%, Cruz is at 23%, Rubio at 15%. That's significantly down there, but could we see a surge from Rubio in this?
You could. Mike Huckabee in 2008, Rick Santorum in 2012 were not the front runners. They certainly had momentum going in, as Marco Rubio does now. And when the first place and second place poll winners in Iowa in 2008 and 2012 started beating each other up, the third place guy actually wound up winning in Iowa. We're seeing that Marco Momentum, as they're calling it right now in Iowa, crowds are growing. And it could help Marco as he goes into New Hampshire and South Carolina with some momentum.
And in terms of the Democrats, though, it's not the same issue. And it really does tell the story a lot more frequently for Democrats, correct?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, if you look at John Kerry, he was dead in the water in 2004, and then Howard Dean collapsed in Iowa with his famous Dean Scream. John Kerry surprisingly won it, revitalized his campaign. If Hillary Clinton loses to Bernie Sanders in Iowa, it would send serious signals to Democrats that she may really be weak.
Now, we're seeing these attack ads last minute. We're seeing, the ground game really heat up. One thing that we haven't seen is we're seeing the new emails that the State Department will not release from Hillary Clinton, that they say that they were top secret level. But Bernie Sanders says he's not going there. Is that a mistake on his part? And would that have more of an impact, especially right here in the end game?
Well, to a degree, one of the other downsides with Hillary Clinton is she's limited her debate performance. Republicans tend to have stronger general election performances because they have a much broader field. They have to go through a lot of debates. With Hillary not having a lot of debates in the primary and not being challenged on emails by her candidates, she's going to have a hard time shaping messages in the general. Trust me, the Republicans are already polling on the idea of emails. They will have a message for Hillary Clinton on emails in the general election, and she's got no time in the primaries to test a rebuttal.
Yeah. All right. Well, Eric Erickson, thank you so much for your insight this morning. Nice to see you.
Very close one so far, 45 to 42%.